let's talk about some more cheap shit. This is the First Act ME-431. One in First Act's humongously big series of guitars that all have different body shapes but pretty much identical hardware and wiring. Basically, it's the $99 Wal-Mart guitar defined. I think every year First Act comes up with a different body shape, and then they decide, let's sell this one. Or let's sell this one and this one and market one to metal players and one to classic rock players. This one here, I believe, is aimed at alternative rockers, because if you look at the bottom half, it looks almost like a Mosrite, but the top half looks like a widened and shortened Jagstang. So I kind of call this one the Jagstang, right? Because the top half looks like a Jagstang and the bottom half looks like a Mosrite. It's got one humbucker pickup in it, one volume, one tone. And probably the bridge I hate the most on the face of the earth. It's one of those Stratocaster hardtail style bridges with the strings that go through the back, and then you have to run them through the back and then up and over the saddles, and it's a real pain in the ass to get it to work. I prefer, with this style of bridge, I prefer through body stringing, where you run the strings through the back and then they come out straight through the top of the saddles, and then you can just run them over. This top loading design just really sucks. It's a real pain in the ass. The bridge pickups in these guitars, these First Acts, sound pretty good, though, I must admit, you know. So yeah, for a guitar I paid $49 for. This is not that bad. It's got a good sounding pickup. The neck leaves a bit to be desired. Fretwork's not too terrible. I mean, there's no frets that really hang on your hands or anything. The real problem I have with First Act is I think they do a horrible job of dressing their frets or getting their frets leveled right. Because I notice every one of these guitars use jumbo frets on, but I have to crank the action up pretty high for what it is to get it to not buzz. I mean, right now it's about as low as you can hear it. Buzz is pretty big now. I shouldn't have to jack the high E off the fretboard about like 1/4 of a centimeter to make it stop buzzing. The nut's pretty good on this, pretty well cut. I don't have very many tuning issues with it, but then God only knows what the previous owner did to this guitar. Seems to me First Act uses some really nice woods on their necks. I can't really show it on camera very well, but there is some slight flame to the neck. I replaced the tuning machines on this, of course. The First Act uses lousy tuning machines. I bought these for about $30. They're Shaler S6 style Ping tuners. They're cheap. They sit up a little too high because this First Act cuts their headstocks rather thin, but otherwise it's not too bad. It's got a real rosewood fretboard on it. It's got a maple neck, like most guitars. I believe the body on this is Agathis. Rear-routed electronics, fairly minimal. Kind of a pain to wire the input jack on. Unlike the earlier First Acts, this is probably one of the first ones that actually have a serial number on it, which is what I like to see. Because all my guitars I go to Stolen Guitar Registry and I go and look up the serial number to see if somebody has stolen it, because I really feel bad if I was holding on to somebody's, guitar that they had looked for all these years, and have all this proof, had something posted up about it. So I keep my eyes about that kind of stuff. This guitar in and of itself, though, I've got some plans for it. The neck pickup is a Jazzmaster routing that I'm planning. I'm planning to build sort of a quasi Mosrite meets Jagstang type guitar out of this. I'm going to put a Jazzmaster pickup in the neck position. You can see I've etched a spot for it already. It's going to be backwards angled like on a Mosrite. I'm going to take this tone control out and put a switch in and put a Mosrite looking pick guard on it with some Mustang influence, kind of like the Johnny Ramone guitar. And I'm going to throw a Mustang tremolo on it because I really like the Fender Mustang trim is my favorite vibrato unit to use. Probably also going to learn how to do fret level on this thing so that I can get my frets get my frets at the perfect level, perfectly crowned, get the action nice and low and really fast and slinky on this guitar, so it plays as good as one of my Jag Stangs. But yeah, it's got a really nice overall sound. I mean, you know, clean. Clean's just your basic, you know. I mean, bridge position is just your basic clean humbucker sound, you know. Another guitar with some minor tuning issues still. So maybe the nut, maybe the bridge, but I haven't worked it out yet. So yeah. So yeah, that's what it sounds like, crunchy and then all distorted. I mean, it's pretty much your straight ahead bridge pickup heavy metal machine, you know. It's what I use it for. That's about all I can put on this vid for this thing.